Thanks a lot, Dennis, for inviting me to talk on steroids. It's my favorite subject. Everybody uses steroids sometime in their life. So I'll make it a bit interesting. I won't just go through the slides. Okay? It's a bit boring. So I'll add on points. Practical aspects, practical tips, everything. Okay? The first thing, topical corticosteroids. Before I go to this slide, let's explain to you. The definition, okay. Practical definition. Topical corticosteroids, also known as topical steroids, or you can call it just steroids. When the patients come in, they'll say steroids, right? Okay. Preparations used mainly as topical agents externally, right? Scalp, skin, right? For their anti-inflammatory and anti-proliferative effects in conditions like eczema, psoriasis, seborrheic dermatitis, atopic dermatitis, so many other conditions. Just consider these two words, anti-inflammatory. Eczema is an inflammatory condition, inflammatory dermatosis, right? So that's a function of steroid here. Psoriasis, hyperproliferative. Okay, that's a function of steroids in psoriasis. You got it? It's a very basic and simple definition for steroids. Number two, potency. There's a slide on that, potency. How do you measure the steroids? The strength or the potency. The right word is potency. So potency is determined by the amount of vasoconstriction caused by steroids on the skin. Actually, there's a test they do it now. And this vasoconstriction inhibits inflammation, right? And also the potential for side effects. That means there are two things happening there. One, vasoconstriction causes vasoconstriction inhibits inflammation, reduces the inflammation, and at the same time, steroids can cause side effects. So topical steroids, two things you've got to remember. One, its potential for anti-inflammatory effect. At the same time, it causes side effects. So how do you choose a good steroid? A perfect steroid will be the one which causes maximum anti-inflammatory effect with the minimum possible side effects. Do we have one? You will see later. Okay? Maximum anti-inflammatory, minimal. So every time patient walks into your pharmacy, the first question they ask when you mention steroids, they're so scared, you know. Nowadays there's steroid phobia. They don't want to use steroids. It's common, even among doctors. What do you do? This child has got an atopic eczema. This child needs steroids. Okay? When you mention the word steroid, they're so scared. Especially patients from Singapore. You have anybody? Worst case possible. They don't want steroids. They hate steroids. They're scared. What do you do? But you must remember, steroids are one of the most effective, safe topical agents if used correctly. You will see along the way. Okay? Alright. This one, I just remember one thing. The skin structure. The stratum corneum. That's the most important structure where the drug passes through. Any product which topicals, this is the most important critical structure for the drug to carry. Right? Okay, here TCS crosses when the skin is hydrated. A dry skin is more difficult for the steroids to go in. Hydrated skin is better penetration. This actually shows the way steroids are acting on the skin. It's a bit complicated. What is important here, like she mentioned, steroids actually look for these glucocorticoid receptors. They bind to these receptors, okay, After passing through the stratum corneum, they go get into cytoplasm, then they get the nucleus of the cell. Okay, stratum corneum, cell structure, it goes into the cytoplasm. Then it gets into the nucleus. These glucocorticoid receptors attaches to the, these topical steroids attaches to the glucocorticoid receptors. These are the receptors which will produce the anti-inflammatory effects. If it attaches to other receptors like mineralocorticoid receptors, they will cause more side effects. So, a steroid which attaches to this particular glucocorticoid receptor gives you best results and minimal side effects. That's what you see here. After attachment, you can see here, it produces the best anti-inflammatory and immunosuppressive activity. Actually, immunosuppressive, we don't use it in topicals. It's more for the systemic use of the monk. Okay, all right. So this, for us, we want this. Sorry, yeah? I'll go there. Any, you want any further information? Potency, eh? Okay. Actually, this is the, when we talk about potency, it's the strength of the steroids. Okay. Here, say what I mentioned here, sorry. Potency. How do you measure the potency of steroids? This measurement is important for the classification of steroids. Actually, steroids are classified in many ways, you'll see later, 3-4 types.
Yeah.
So, our classification is based on vasoconstriction cost. Okay? Steroids are classified into groups according to strength or potency based on vasoconstriction cost by these drugs. You see here. This is a bit confusing, a bit too much here. Americans, they've got 1 to 7. Europeans 1 to 4. Japanese 5. Others. What we need is this one. What we follow is this one. This is the one which is based on vasoconstriction. You've got a suprapotent, potent, moderate, mild. You remember this? Good enough. Remember this. Please remember this. Forget this. You know why? This is what you'll be using. Potent. The moment comes here. Diproson comes here. Super potent. Potent, bendoate comes here. Elomate. Moderate, Q2A. Mild, tetrapod. That's all. So this is very confusing, the American one. So just concentrate on the fourth one, the British or the one we use. Okay, same thing here. We call it as super potent. Demometer. Potent. Bendoate. Q2A and Elomate. Of course, not from GSK. That's why it's not mentioned there. Right? It's not there. Low, medium, hydrocortisone, butyrate. It's another Efficort, I think it's another company. And there's one more here. Umovate. Okay, it's not here. I'll show you later. But yes, this is the easiest one. So easy. Remember this. It's very useful. There are two here now, super potent. Demoid, you are very familiar. Cream ointment, they are different. Cream and ointment different, they are not the same. I'll explain to you later. There's one more. Diprosone, I think it's not here. Diprosone is another super potent. Potent, everybody is familiar, bendoate. This is the one which I'll be highlighting later. Moderate, you wait. Right. Mild, tetrapod. is what we need. It's quite sufficient. So what is missing here is elomate. Elomate from another competitor, elomate and diprosone. I think, are you familiar with elomate? Definitely you're familiar. Any other products other than this? Which are you using? Do you understand? This is what I know. Diprosone, dermovate, benlovate, butivate, branded. Of course, there is a combination. Fishicot, okay, Divobag, all combination, different purpose. Okay, these are the basic topical corticosteroid according to their potency. You got it? Yes. How do you use steroids? Actually, when we choose topical, it depends on a lot of factors, age, type of disease, severity, location, expected duration of dermatosis. Age, there's a slight along the way. Children is different compared to adults. Disease type, chronic and acute, different. Severity, okay. Chronic eczema and acute eczema also different. Location very important. Duration. All these are the factors in choosing the right steroid for the right patient for the right duration. Here that we are trying to show you. Okay, super potent. Very simple. I'll make it very easy for you. Super potent. Dermovate. Definitely don't use under 10, under 12. Where do you use? Okay, dermovate. The best place will be on palms and soles, where the skin is very thick and a scalp. And don't use for children and don't use over the face, axilla, intertriginous areas. The skin is very thin, it will cause atrophy. Alright? There's a slide which will detail this later. This is for medium, not so serious eczemas, not so severe eczemas. Again, not suitable on these areas. Again, not suitable under 12. Almost same, in the sense that this is more severe eczema, lichenified eczemas. This little bit less, that's all. These two for mild to moderate. So this, the top one, severe eczemas. This mild to moderate. This one it is for children. We can use on their folds, face, same like this. The difference here, this you can use for infants, babies, children. This probably little bit bigger children. This is the one which shows where it is, where it was good for steroids. I don't think you've really memorized it. It's a general, just a general indication, general idea, Highly responsive. Actually, we just can't say that steroids are highly responsive for psoriasis. It's plus minus. In certain conditions, yes. In certain conditions, no. Psoriasis and steroids, you got to be careful. Very, very careful. It works. After some time, it can cause rebound phenomena. Be very careful. Okay. Atopic dermatitis, children. Yes. Depends how we use it. Okay, be careful. Because atopic dermatitis is a chronic condition. So using steroids, we have to be careful, no? Alright? Here again they say, as I mentioned, psoriasis, you have to be careful. Atopic dermatitis, moderately responsive. what they are trying to explain is steroids when used for the proper duration under medical advice is fine. If the patients use it for too long, that's where the problem will start. Or they try to buy steroids which are stronger than the one we have advised, that will be a problem. Okay? Here, not responsive palmar plantar lesions, okay, very common, right? Hand eczema, no hand eczema, outside eczema is difficult. These steroids, you know. Insect bites, allergic contact dermatitis. There are a few conditions where it's not responsive. So we have to do something else actually. Even for psoriasis, we have to do something else. New drugs are there, right? Do you agree? The newer preparations are non-steroidal. I mean, it's not part of GSK products. I think you're familiar with it, non-steroidal. Right? So, even for psoriasis, we have some other combination other than steroid. One more interesting thing, steroids come in different preparations. The commonest is cream, number 2 ointment, number 3 gel, number 4 lotion. So what's the difference? Actually ointment is almost double the strength of cream. Use benzoate ointment and benzoate cream. Ointment is stronger. It's more potent rather. So be careful. Dermoid ointment definitely more potent than dermoid cream. Okay? Occlusion, I think the slides are occlusion increases the penetration of drugs. These are conditions where steroid absorption will be increased. Alright? Moisturizers, laser, post laser. You know why? The skin is compromised. Whenever there is some impairment to the skin barrier or injury to the skin or inflammation, the penetration of steroid increases. So be careful, use less amount. Very simple. If somebody has got eczema, you don't put more steroids there. You put less. The skin barrier, stratum corneum is damaged. More drug goes in, causes more side effects. Alright? Ointment and cream. Lotion we can use for a larger skin area. Larger skin area. Now, if there's extensive eczema, you can use something like lotion, easy to apply. Gel we use it on the hairy ear areas. Do you agree? Easy to apply. Examples, gel. Usually they have a benzoate scalp application. Benzoate scalp application. Actually, even they have Chlorbex, Chlordum. It's a dermoid scalp application. Are you familiar?
Yes.
It's probably not available here. Benzoate scalp application. I think probably it's not available. The generics are available. Chlordum, dermoid scalp application. For those who have thick, scaly scalps. Scales on the scalp. It's available. So different vehicle for different applications. Ointment, cream, lotion, gel. Alright? You familiar with the application limit?
Yes.
From the crease to the tip, 0.5, right? 0.5. 0.5 of gram you can apply one pump, both pumps. Okay, that's the measurement you use. Okay, so this measurement for this arm about 4. Alright, this is a rough estimate. Let's do this. Okay, children, this will be best. I think quarter. So about quarter.
Oh, okay,
So if half gram, 0.5 gram, 2 pumps. If you do the same calculation for your this area, it will be arm and hand, it will be about 4 figurative units. This is a rough guideline. One more thing I would like to highlight here. How much steroids can you give for a patient in a week? I think it's about, the safest is about 30 or maximum about 50 grams per week. Don't go beyond that. That's where the side effects comes in. Why do people develop side effects when steroids are safe? Because it's the overuse. If you look at the literature textbooks, they recommend about 50 grams per week. Don't go beyond that. That means if somebody buys a 100 gram tube, if they can finish it in 1 week plus 10 days, something is wrong. You know the benzoate ointment cream, the more it comes 100 tubes, 100 gram, right? If somebody comes and buys, it's good business for you, of course. But if they come and buy, very often this happens, 100 gram tube. If they can finish it in 10 days, something's wrong. Seriously wrong. They shouldn't do that much. So that actually should last for at least minimum 2 weeks. So you should ask them what's happening. Probably it's not working, or there's some other problem. It's not eczema, it's not allergy, fungal infection, some superimposed bacterial infection. Sorry, don't prescribe. Sorry, very sorry. Don't. Tell the patients, educate them. There's some underlying problem. 100 gram. Minimum 2 weeks. And these are practical things. I told you just now, same thing. Just remember this now, please remember this. If you don't remember, 1, the scalp, hands and feet. Use the most powerful steroids available. Whatever is available. Diprosone, diprosal, dermoid ointment, fine. You know why? Our skin is very thick. Palms and soles, you agree with me? It's very thick. So it's quite safe, huh? Alright. The other, one more thing I'll tell you. Watch out these areas, huh? Eyelid, remember, eyelid. And for the males, scrotum. The skin is very, very thin. Always use the mildest. If somebody asks you where is the thinnest skin, eyelid, scrotum. Don't use potent steroids. You know what happens? The skin will be thinned out very fast, atrophy. Very fast. I'm sure you will see, if an experience, you will see the skin very thin. So be careful, these areas. One, also chest, but most important is around the eyes and the scrotum. Can you see? Absorption is highest. Highest. So even the minimum amount can cause a lot of side effects if not properly applied or used. This one very stubborn, huh? Remember these two. Palms and soles, very stubborn. You got it? The same thing. This drug effectiveness can be significantly affected by choice of vehicle. Choice of vehicle, vehicles that minimize absorption have to keep the drug restricted to the disease area, thus reducing side effects. Okay, that's why we use ointments. Ointments are good for, remember this, remember this, please. Good for dry skin. When do you use cream and when do you use ointment? Ointment, if the skin is lichenified, chronic eczema, forearms, legs, ankles, ointments are good. They absorb better and they last longer. Ointments, dry, lichenified skin. Creams for wet eczema, wet, dripping, oozing. Remember, these are practical tips, not high-fi stuff. Very practical thing. Dipping and also flexures. You don't use ointment there. Why? It causes, sometimes get this allergic reaction because some other eruptions. And nobody prefers to apply some ointments over the folds, right? Cream is more acceptable, more, you see, greater cosmetic appeal. Creams. It's a lot of difference, huh? So remember, weeping, fractures, genital disease, use cream. Please. Lotions, I told you. Okay. Large areas, or hair bearing areas, large. Gels is something which is more popular. People prefer gel also. The only thing is it causes netting. Sorry. Doesn't cause netting. It dries off quickly. Gel. That's the only thing. But it's more acceptable. It doesn't leave anything there. That's the advantage of gel. There's one preparation for the scalp. I want next from another competitor. It's a gel. Gel. Scalp. All the time we give some ointments or lotions for the scalp. But this product that I want next is from another company. It is for the scalp. It's quite easy to apply. It's not messy. It's a product. Nobody in future will come out. Yes, they will come out all these products. See, they should eventually. Shampoos. You can use on the spot. They have foams also, Have you used? Foams. Easy to use. There's one preparation for hair growth, minoxidil. So it's not available in the field. It comes in foam, Hairspray, minoxidil, regrow. It comes in a spray. But this preparation, I think it's not in Malaysia. It comes in a people like it, easy to apply. So different types of preparation for different purposes. But for us, it's important. As I told you, pregnancy. It's not very complete. Okay, everybody will ask you, is corticosteroids safe in pregnancy? Okay, is it safe? That's only basic. Will you prescribe or not? What do you do when somebody's got eczema in pregnancy? You can't say there's no treatment. It's wrong. What do? You must do something right. Do what is safe. The benefit. You've got to weigh the benefit, the safety benefits. Okay, this one, I'll just highlight this. Congenital anomaly and preterm and all these things. Actually, there's only one confirmed risk of using steroids in pregnancy. Only this. Between very potent steroids and low birth weight. That's the only one proven. Okay. This one, no. I was reading some new articles from this author, GCC, 2016. So he has gone through all the papers. You can go and read about it. And he has come to the conclusion that there is no association between TCS, corticosteroid and orofacial cleft. But there is definite risk of this. Very potent topical corticosteroids used for long period and low birth weight. That's all. Please, no. You can check for yourself. So, steroid can be used. Don't use super potent. Use the mild one, medium one, and not too long duration. And they come with eczema, you can treat. You can't say there's no treatment for that. You got to do something. So only this thing. See, if you talk to the patient with some confidence, with some professional knowledge, the patient will understand, appreciate and follow your instruction. When you are not sure, you won't. So if you are sure about this, you can tell them, don't use strong steroids. Mild one, under supervision, safe. This is the only reason, not this. The same thing I told you just now. Same thing. This what they try to say is not established. Huh? So when they say don't know, so you want to decide. The appropriate use of topical corticosteroid pregnancy that is not established. It's true. But again, you must do something, right? So use what is safe, what you know, right? So basically, as I told you just now, use what is safe and not the super potent one, medium, right? I think this is general advice. Wash your hands, please, general advice, right? Elderly, just remember one thing. You know, old people, when you see them and the skins are very thin. If your grandparents, go back and see. Today, go back and see. Especially this area. You know why? There is no subcutaneous fat is lost. What is there? You will see only the skin and the veins, you know, and the bone. So if your grandfather, somebody comes and they ask for some medicine for itchiness, please do not give steroids. Please. For God's sake, don't do it. Not with it. You know what happens? They will develop ecchymosis. And the bleeding under the skin becomes even thinner. It breaks. So please don't. Never do. Atrophy is very common in old people. So be careful. Probably you can prescribe some emollients, some moisturizers, right? Don't use steroids at all. Okay? Actually, you're doing a great job by not prescribing. They'll appreciate. You mark my words. Okay? So just remember that. Okay? Diaper dependent, same thing. The skin becomes inflamed. So be careful when you prescribe. Okay? This atrophy is already there. When you prescribe, it becomes worse. That's the idea. Sorry. Aging, huh? They talk about increasing actually. I mean, the aging, the skin becomes thick. Comorbidities. Absorption, decrease, the greater frequency of decreased hepatic or renal function, and if there's delay in elimination of systemic steroids, there's chances for more side effects. Basically, the absorption rate, there are chances for more side effects. So it's super potent. Steroids in elderly. And use for the shortest duration. I'm not going through all of it. I'm trying to tell you what's important you can remember. There's no point reading everything. So here, what is important is watch out for the skin atrophy. The absorption is reduced, watch out, side effects. And duration, please, shortest possible. If you remember this, that's good enough. Pediatrics. If I ask you one simple question, can you give steroid cream for babies? Okay, under one.
Yes.
Under 1 year old baby. 6 months old baby, can you give?
Yes.
Can right, huh? Anti-rash, can you give? You can give actually. But what do you use? Which one do you use? Here, because it's a bit big, so watch out, absorption is more. Right? Same thing. Decrease metabolism, so the drug can accumulate and cause side effects. Huh? Okay. Infant use. Okay. This is interesting. Huh? You know why this is interesting? Huh? If you see the title here, it's a very interesting paper. 3 months. Have you used steroids for children, babies 3 months old? 3 months old. Huh? 1, 2, 3 months old? Okay, so this one is a study. Okay. They are looking at the safety of fluticasone propionate. It's our cutivate. So cutivate. People there. And they're doing some studies. Actually, I'll show you the numbers. And they're also doing some blood tests. Okay. Mainly looking for HPA suppression. Alright. Moderate to severe atopic dermatitis. It's very common, isn't it? Atopic dermatitis in children. And okay, 3 months to 6 years old. 3 months, 3 months, not 3 years. 3 months, baby. Not many studies done for babies. You can go and Google how many topical steroid preparation can be used for babies, which are safe. Not many. This is one of the studies, 3 months, 6 years old. What is baby? For atopic dermatitis. Moderate to severe, 3 to 4 weeks. These are measurements for HPA suppression. Okay. This is the one. 33 to 35 months. Okay. More than 35% of the body affected. Quite a serious eczema. Quite extensive eczema. Okay. They did some tests and everything. I think the investigation is normal. Okay. The blood test and everything. Mainly to look at HPA axis suppression. It's normal. You're only worried about that, isn't it? It's suppression of the HPA axis. Hypothalamus pituitary axis suppression. It's quite okay. No significant side effects. The only thing I think burning and urticaria. It's quite common. So the conclusion is that cutivate appears well tolerated for the treatment of severe eczema for up to 4 weeks in children 3 months of age and older. So from today, you can give cutivate for children 3 months and above for atopic eczema. Make sure the diagnosis is correct first. Atopic eczema. Alright? Not infected, huh? If it's infected, you need some antibiotic cover. Right? It's safe. See, when we give this, interesting, if we give this cutivate to the child, the mother will be shocked. The first question, Doctor, ini steroid selamat ke? Steroid tak bahaya ke? Boleh bagi ubat untuk baby ke? How do you explain to them? Actually, under one, babies. So you can explain to them one by one. Steroids are safe. It's indicated for this problem. If they're more interested, you can show them the studies. I have copies now. I'll ask them to pass you the copies. Go back and study. Go back and read about it. Yeah, I do that actually. See, nowadays patients are very smart. They've done Google studies. They've gone through all the studies. Steroids is not safe. Steroids should not be used. What do you do? It's wrong. I'll tell you later about steroid story. Steroids have been in use since 1952. The first steroid was used in 1952. That's history of hydrocortisone. Okay? We are still using it. As long as you use it correctly under medical supervision for the correct duration, for the correct diagnosis, it's safe. Don't overuse. Don't overuse. Don't use the wrong potency of steroids. And these patients should not simply go like shopping, you know. If they think this is not working, they try to get something stronger. I said cutivate, I didn't say bendoid. Okay? I'm telling you, I'm cutivate. Okay, fluticasone propionate. I think there's only one in the market. I never said bendoid. If it doesn't work, they shouldn't go and buy bendoid and blame the doctors. It's only pharmacy, sorry. It's only cutivate. Those are a solution. They buy stronger ones. And if it doesn't work or there's some side effect, they blame the pharmacy or doctors. That's very important. It's a beautiful drug. You know why I like it? It's minimal side effects. Have you tried? Very minimal side effects. You can use it on the face. It's fantastic. And the application is like cosmetic stuff, you know. You apply it, it's not messy. It's not oily, not messy. Works very well. Alright? I'm not promoting my personal experience. Okay?